When I opened my eyes, what I saw froze me in place. The floor was completely soaked with water. Outside, the entire neighborhood was swallowed by the sea. Water was slowly seeping into the house. The next second, a piercing alarm blared, echoing through the entire building. The broadcast repeated over and over. Today's rainfall had broken every historical record. Floodwater was about to reach the 3rd floor. All residents had to move to higher levels immediately. I rushed into the bedroom, grabbed a few clothes without thinking, then double-checked everything my son would need for the day, and stuffed it all into a bag. But just as I was about to take him and leave, he was gone. I nearly turned the entire apartment upside down. Finally, I found him in the closet, curled up in the corner, shaking all over. There was no time to explain. I could only carry him on my back and rush out the door. In the hallway, neighbors were running for their lives. Screams came from every direction. When I squeezed into the stairwell, I realized the entire staircase was blocked by people. Everyone was stuck, unable to move at all. At that moment, I remembered an emergency stair shaft. On the other side of the building, almost nobody knew about it. I turned immediately and ran that way. The sky was completely dark. Heavy rain poured down relentlessly. I pushed open the small door to the stairwell. My son was on the verge of breaking down. I softly comforted him, humming a song, as I led him upward, but fate was not on our side. When we reached the 7th floor, the passage was completely blocked by debris. There was no way through. I told my son to stay there and wait for me. I grabbed the handrail and climbed higher to check, but the next second, someone was desperately crying for help from the water below. In that moment, I panicked completely. For safety, I could only retreat back to the 7th floor, but this level was just as chaotic. Just then, I heard someone calling my name. I looked up and saw my husband, but as I was about to respond, I suddenly realized my son was gone again. I was on the verge of collapse, searching frantically everywhere. Then I noticed the door to a nearby apartment wide open. Maybe he had been pushed inside by the panicking crowd, but the moment I rushed in, a massive wave of floodwater, with unstoppable force, came crashing straight toward me.